put, it should redirect you to the new channel in just a second. And now for Twitch, I'll readjust it to just chatting. Oops. Man, I need some music. Do I have copyright-free music? Give me 1 second, I might. Music. Is this a song? Oh. This should be copyright-free music. Hi, TikTokers. Hello. Alright, now let me see if I can put the thing on here. Vacation. Recap from Alaska. Okay. Sorry if my voice is going to sound a little bit hoarse, but if you want to see my vacation photos, I will try to put them up on screen for you. Let me put this all down. Where is the... Okay. And the way we can do that is like this. And then... Do we go browser source? No. It's gonna be... No, it's not this one. Wait, is it? No. This one. And then we'll do this. Do this. Let's go. We're doing it. All right. So, very first photo. Oh, let me see if I can move myself just a little bit more too. Was this. This is the very first thing I ate when I was on the trip. Officially when the vacation started. It was this Biscoff and a ginger ale from the plane. Not that important. The plane ride there was actually quite smooth. It was a... hold on, let me move my chats over too. It was a short plane ride from... I went from the Detroit airport to the Seattle one. And that one took about... that one took about like, I think 4 hours. And then we had a 2-hour layover in Seattle. And then afterwards, we took another 1-hour flight. Or I think it was like another 2.5-hour flight from Seattle to Alaska, to Anchorage, Alaska. And it was okay. I mean, like, it was an airplane flight. A flight's a flight. I will say though, yeah, it is a Delta Biscoff. These cookies are so good. They're like gingerbread flavored. And while we were at the layover in Seattle, oh my god, I bought a 20-piece chicken nugget. It was $16. That's almost $1 per nugget because it was a 20-piece pack. So me and my brother shared a 20-piece chicken nugget, and I was still hungry. So afterwards, we went to Qdoba and we got a whole taco bowl, and it was a lot more food. I will say this much: McDonald's has become just like a little bit too expensive for people to to eat at. I will say, like, McDonald's just isn't worth it anymore. $1 for one, I know. And those nuggets, they're not big; they're quite small. Plus, if you want more sauce, they charge you for the extra sauce too. So we had to make do with like 3 packets of sauce. It was like, it's an airport McDonald's. My goodness, are they such a scam? I'm so much happier like going off to the Qdoba, and then we each split the bowl there. Yeah, and that was fine. But yeah. Oh, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, by the way. It was This was the Qdoba Bowl. Nothing special. It's kind of just, eh. This is just the start of the trip, by the way. And nothing really happened on this day. Oh, let me close the door. There was this picture of modern art. I'm not exactly sure what this is supposed to be of, but there we go. It's getting a little loud in the other area, so I just closed the door. This was like, I don't know what to make of this. Is it interesting? Yeah, I guess. All right. Oh, actually, I need to open up my new chat. Hold on. Here we go. There we go. Oh my gosh, Mal! I want to see what you ate. Yeah, we're gonna get to it in a second. But yeah, I took a picture of this modern art. This wasn't anywhere. This was just at the Seattle airport. I don't know how I feel about Seattle. I didn't actually go out into the city because the layover was only 2 hours. And I didn't want to like go out from security and then come back through security. Modern art with the spaces, yeah. And then this was the Alaskan airport. Once I got to Alaska, this is the first thing I saw when I came out of the plane. And look how pitch dark it is outside. Because when I went from Michigan to Seattle was 4 hours. We left it around, I think, 6 p.m. So we got 3 hours back. And so we landed at 7. And then we got 2 hours. The 2-hour layover means that my flight took off at 9. And then we got another hour back going from Seattle to Alaska. And the flight was 2 hours. So we landed around 10 o'clock. And we spent the first night in Anchorage. But yeah, it was really, really late at night. Look, I took a picture of a wolf. It's not a real wolf. It's just, it was in a cage. You were in Alaska? Yeah, I was in a Alaska, thing. It was an Alaskan, a cruise. It went from Seward in Alaska to, Vancouver. There were some interesting parts of it. Max, interesting name. The taxidermy wolf and the bear. There was a big bear too, a big furry. This was my first breakfast. We weren't on the cruise yet. This is a lot of nothing special, but I felt like I needed to take a picture of it because I was planning on uploading my pictures daily. This is a continental breakfast, which is like a buffet style breakfast that you can get at any Marriott. We stayed at a Marriott for the first day. And this is what Anchorage looked like. I kid you not, there's nothing in Anchorage. This is the most boring city I've ever seen. I suppose there's a lot of water and a lot of mountains. But I live... So here's the thing, right? I live in a state called Michigan. And... Oh, Kumimo and Kao, hey, welcome in. Michigan, our wildlife and our areas, and even like to some extent our climate is really similar to Alaska. It's just more like condensed in certain areas. So like a lot of the people that were there to see like, oh, I want to see bald eagles, I want to see sea otters, I want to see like all these trees and the mountains and stuff. Like we don't have mountains in Michigan, but we do have really, really big lakes. So like I felt like the wildlife wasn't anything special, and especially in Anchorage there's nothing here. Like they have giant parking lots and large streets, but there's like nothing to go to. We went downtown for shopping one time, and the only thing that was downtown was a very empty mall and a bunch of souvenir shops which were also empty. So yeah. Oh, you're from Spain, Bothy? That's really cool. I've never been to Europe before. That might be a next time thing. And this is when we were on the bus to get to Seward. So we took a 2-hour bus ride from Anchorage to Seward. It was kind of long. I saw a Costco along the way, which was really cool. And we drove past a mountain range to get to here. What is Michigan? What states are close by? We're right next to Canada. We're literally bordering Canada where Niagara Falls is. Michigan looks like a glove. We're split into two parts. Underneath us is like Illinois and Ohio. To our right is New York and Pennsylvania. To our left is Montana, I think. I love Costco, okay? We took a picture of the Costco for sure. Costco's so fun. I know, right? So this is the first day we're actually on the boat. And the boat was really, really fancy. It was like a mini hotel room. I didn't take a picture of the whole suite, but I feel like I should have. They served us like champagne in a ice bucket on our first day in, and my brother drank like half this bottle. The bottle was I'm not sure what type of champagne it was, but they had pretty much a 24/7 full service open bar, and you can get any drink that you want for free because like everything is included in the price of your ticket. Michigan is near the Great Lakes. Yep, all 5 Great Lakes are bordering Michigan. We're known for our cars and our water. Because we also have like the big 3, which are what is it, Ford, GM, and Chrysler. They're Stellantis now. We got this burger. This is my first burger, my actual first meal on the boat. It was pretty good. I mean, it was a decent burger. I think everything on the boat was decent, except for one place in general. But I feel like this burger was nothing special. It was a 3-cheese truffle burger. I didn't taste any of the truffle on this burger though. And the fries were just like your regular fries. This was the inside of the boat. Look how fancy this boat is. It's only like a short panning, but oh my goodness. They have like a giant chandelier. It was 11 floors if you count the aft, and which is like the top of the boat. And they had like a whole restaurant like on top of the boat where you can eat at the grill, and the inside of it was like really, really fancy hotel style. I mean, it looks fancy, but you know, you got to remember. Have you ever been inside a Marriott before, like in downtown LA or something? They all look fancy, but they're just 3-star hotels. It was a really fancy boat though. Like they had dress codes for people. You know it's fancy when they force you to dress up a certain way. And I haven't worn a suit in years. This is like post-COVID. I haven't worn a since before COVID even. I didn't even wear a suit to work. But they force you to like wear a collared shirt and stuff to eat at dinner. Dress codes? Yeah, they had dress codes. There's a cruise consultant place here. And this was my first drink. Besides the champagne that I opened. And it was okay. I feel like they went super hard on all the alcohol there. And I'm not a big fan of alcohol. Well, like, I don't really drink a lot in the first place. But I'll definitely drink it if it's free. So, yeah. I don't really recommend drinking for if you're on a boat either. Because the very first day, I think we ordered a couple of drinks. This was another thing. This was kind of gross, by the way. It tasted like cough syrup, which I could go for right now. My brother threw up on the very first day on the boat because of how rocky the ship was. And I do have a recording of that as well. Champagne is so gross. Actually, I don't mind champagne. I like sweet alcohol. I can't handle like whiskey. I can't handle like things that are straight. Like I would never drink a lot of that kind of stuff. Drinking on the boat sounds awful. Yeah, like you can drink all that you want, but you're gonna pay for it one way or another. And oops, wrong way. This was our first day's dinner. The dinner and the food on the ship was more artistic than tasty. I think this was like a crab cake, and I'm not gonna lie, almost every day that I had seafood, the amount of seafood that you get is actually not a lot. It's like just a little bit of seafood on top of like some kind of vegetable. This whole green thing is the artichoke. This whole bottom part is like one big potato. Is this a cruise? Yes, this is also on the cruise. The cruise ship was huge. Like imagine the cruise as a big moving hotel with restaurants. Like there's 4 different types of restaurants inside of it. I think there were 5 restaurants actually, like full-sized restaurants. I've never gotten seasick because I was younger. I ran around the cruise a lot. Yeah, see, this was my very first cruise ever, and I don't do well on small boats, so I thought I was gonna have like a seasickness really badly on the big boat. It wasn't so bad. I felt like at one point my brain just cracked and it acclimated to the seasickness, so that like if I was ever on dry land another day, I just got completely dizzy. Hey, Pumpkin. Where's the nearest Coney Island? That does not look filling. No, it was like a full 5-course meal. Not only was all the alcohol free, all the food was free as long as you order it within a specific time. And you can order however much you want. I got this beet thing. It looks tasty, but it's literally just beets. I don't know if you've ever eaten beets before. It does not taste good. I found out I don't like beets, but I had like a beet smoothie from Tropical Smoothie Cafe before, and it was really good. This did not taste like that. This tasted like straight up a raw beet. But they had like a 4-course chef special thing. This was my biggest gripe about the ship. It was this. The lobster bisque. I love lobster bisque. And it's one of like my favorite dishes. Sorry. Oh, give me 1 second, you guys. But these lobster bisques, it was the most bland dish I've ever had. Like, if you've ever been to Red Lobster before, which is like cheap seafood restaurant, right? Or it's not even cheap, but like fake fancy, then you know that like there should be a little bit of lobster in here. The way you make lobster bisque is it's just you boil the shells and then you add seasoning to it. So it has like the flavor of the lobster, but it doesn't actually. This soup did not have any lobster in it. When you go to Red Lobster, they give you the broth, but they also put like a small chunk of lobster at the bottom of the bowl. So when you order lobster bisque, I expected some lobster in it, but this is literally just the boiled soup of the shell. And it tasted like nothing. There was like no salt, no pepper, there was nothing in here. I felt so bad. Like, because it wasn't just this place that sold the lobster bisque. I always got it, and I was always let down. I feel like they just don't know how to make lobster bisque. Or either they don't know how to make it, or this is the proper way to make lobster bisque, and I just don't like it. Because when I got it from Costco, man, the Costco lobster bisque, it hits different. It's so great. You guys should definitely try it. Costco's got everything. That's why I took a picture of the Costco. Who's the real winner here? The Le Creux version, please. You could argue it has lobster, just not lobster meat. Yeah, well, I mean, like, if you go to a Red Lobster, they'll put lobster in the lobster bisque. It's supposed to have a little bit of lobster in it. Even the Costco can version has small chunks of lobster in it. Right? Red Lobster, I haven't been there in years. I know, I haven't been to Red Lobster in years and where I'm at too, which is kind of weird. The chef recommended the mussels. I think these were okay. I'm not a huge fan of mussels. Like, I'm not a huge fan of mollusks in general. If there's one thing I will eat, it was probably these mollusks. Because they're like, they're okay. I mean, like, they're seafood. But I typically don't eat, typically don't like eating shellfish. So, like, clams, oysters, mollusks in general, like snails, I don't like eating any of it. But they weren't bad. Like, I don't like them, but I'll eat them still. Does anyone here like Outback? I love Outback Steakhouse. And they also serve lobster bisque, by the way. Their bloomin' onions, oh my god. They're so decadent. Mildly allergic to shellfish? Then you shouldn't have shellfish. Because that sounds dangerous. This was like, I think it was Atlantic cod. Or it was maybe Alaskan cod. They had so much fish in general. Like, I feel like a lot of things were not that flavorful, but it was like they put their sauce in different places. This was how they served it, by the way. Like, look at all of this. The sauce is on the side. Why not just put it in a cup for me to dip in, you know? But even then, I felt like the sauces didn't have that much flavor. It was good, though. And everything was on a potato. I don't know what they're dealing with potatoes, but they garnish almost every single dish, whether it's fish, whether it's meat. They just put potatoes on it, too. And I don't know how I feel about that. The sad lasagna? It's fish! You're so funny. I almost choked at my water, too. They're giving Hikaru the whole ocean. I could eat the ocean. And then ice cream. I got ice cream every single day. Multiple times, too. Yo, thank you for the follow. I believe this was a passion fruit sorbet. And not gonna lie, it was the best flavor I've ever had. I love passion fruit, apparently. I didn't know that because I never like just straight up drank passion fruit juice. But in ice cream, this slaps. It was so good. I loved their passion fruit sorbet. This was how bad it was night one. I'm not moving my camera right now. It's the boat that moves the camera. But oh my god, it was like this for 2 days straight on the first day. It was hardcore raining. Like, it was raining constantly, and the boat just shifted back and forth. Like, things were falling off. Our safe, like, cracked open. Or, like, it wasn't cracked open, but, like, it kept slamming against it because I didn't close it. But it was raining violently for the first 2 days. And I could not handle it, brother. My brother actually threw up on the first day of the vacation. It's because he like decided to drink a little bit. Luckily, I held off on actually drinking. I had a little bit to drink, but it was just like, you know, I ate dinner with it, and I told him to go light on the alcohol. It did not feel good. I will tell you that. The first few couple of days were just kind of, I just had to get through it. And this was what I had to drink on the first day. It was these were actually non-alcoholic. The first one is like, it's something called like Gold Standard, I feel like. I forgot what it's in it, but this is like Sprite and ginger ale or something. And this one, I feel like it's something similar. The pink drink looks so good. It was really, really sweet. I feel like at some point I had like way too much sugar on the ship. I wanted to like cut down on the amount of sugar that I was eating. Like, I wanted to eat a lot because we all paid for it, but at the same time, I didn't want to like become pre-diabetic, you know? It was good though. Like, all the drinks were good. I definitely finished the food for the most part. The one with the lime, yeah, these were definitely a lot more tolerable. These were also quite sweet. The tall one was mine. And then this one was just like straight up whiskey. My dad drinks the expensive alcohol. And these were the first day of food. These shrimp were okay, but it's like literally 3 shrimp. Brother, man. I eat a lot of food. I'm kind of a big person. Well, I'm not huge. Well, I'm not even like that big. I'm 5'11". I weigh about 160. 3 shrimp ain't it. But this was just an appetizer. You can order however much appetizer you want, but like just 3 shrimp. I feel like I could have eaten more. I love shrimp. Yeah, shrimp is one of my favorites. And it was on top of like a risotto or something. And then this was my main course. It was like a salmon with this glaze on it. And it was really good. Like this was like one of the better dishes. But the salmon was a little bit too well done. Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like fish should be cooked all the way through. I feel like fish, more than anything else, has to be prepared like medium well. Otherwise, the texture just gets to me. I hate having it too soft, and I hate having it too hard as well. I'm really picky about like how well cooked fish is. Sad food is good food. Looks like it had enough. Yeah, there's like 2 pieces of asparagus there. This was like 1 slab of fish. The sauce was really good on it as well. I will say that though, like, yeah, this was one of the better places. It was at a steakhouse place. And it was really good. I mean, like, I like the steakhouse. Probably the second best one. And then I also ordered the scallops. This was a main dish, by the way. And you know what? You know what the scallops are? It's this thing right here. These three little things are the king scallops. The thing under it, this big chunk right here, that's a potato. That's what I mean when I say they garnished everything with potatoes. So you got 3 big potatoes, 2 chunks of broccoli, and then this 3 small king scallops. It's not enough? That's right. I love scallops too. But man, was I still hungry after this? I think I ordered the truffle burger. It did not... I feel like they skimped on the truffle a little bit. Because I didn't taste the truffle much at all. Yeah. This was also the first day. Ooh! I got ice cream too. And it was really good. I got some caramel sauce on top of it. This is day 1 of ice cream. Strawberry. I believe this was strawberry ice cream. They really went cheap on the ice cream though. I feel like every time I asked for it, I was like, bro, just give me the whole tub. And every time like they would give me 1 scoop and I had to ask for another. Did they serve you only fries? Only 3 fries? Yeah, they only gave me 3 fries. Look at how small this salad is. They gave me 3 fries and a burger. Kind of nuts. And my mom was constantly like badgering me, like, don't eat the bun. So every time I got the bun, I just ate it without the bun. I just ate the meat and the cheese and the lettuce. The bun's sometimes the best part. The sesame buns are usually really sweet. Literally 3 fries. It's potato wedges too. Oh, this is the Hubbard Glacier. If there was one thing I wanted to see, it was probably this. Like, it was whales and glaciers. Those are the 2 things that Alaska has that Michigan probably doesn't have. And it actually snowed. Like, that's the Hubbard Glacier, I think. It's the one on the right. Apparently, it rarely ever snows. But, yeah, it's one of the few glaciers that are growing and not shrinking. So my parents were really concerned, like, oh, you know, when you get to our age, you won't get to see the glaciers anymore. But according to some people, these glaciers are actually growing because the snowfall exceeds the amount of the meltage here. So if you want to go with your kids someday, there will be some glaciers. Apparently there's 2 glaciers that are growing, but the rest of them are receding, so be careful about that. Oh, Lily cried. Someone gave me 3 fries. It's 3 fries, right? But it was really eerie. Like, if you ever want to see something from a horror scene, I feel like this thick fog is really, really cool. Like, the water was really calm, and the glacier was, like, really immense. It was really, really big. So the next thing is, like, this is day 2 already of food. I'm not sure what this is. They seem to have put, like, a tortilla bread inside water, or inside like a half a beer cup. What is this? I'm not sure how to even eat this. I don't even remember what this was. If I don't remember what it was, it's because it's not memorable. Ooh, this was really good. This was a passion fruit daiquiri. But like I mentioned, every time I got alcohol there, it was just way too strong. Hey, Mochabean. This is what it looked like to dine on the boat, but as you can see, it's really, really rocky. It doesn't look as like rocky as it does from this camera view because I'm looking out on the horizon. But this is one of the few days. It's like really pretty because the boat's like kind of moving in the background. You can kind of see outside, and it's really, really pretty as you see like the sea moving behind you. Yeah, it looks pretty until you get seasickness. Yeah, then you don't want to look at it anymore. So, it is quite nice to watch though. And this is an appetizer. I believe this was like a scallop on top of a piece of pork, and that was it. They give us a lot of sauce for this small piece of pork. What are you showcasing? This is my vacation to Alaska for when I was gone for 10 days. These are all the food pictures, plus a few scenic pics too. Hey Orpheus. Yeah, so I don't know, nothing really special about this. Oh, this is the French onion soup. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. It wasn't that good. Wait, was this? No, this is the steakhouse that I went to. This was the seafood platter. Oh my gosh, did they do it right on this day? I got a surf and turf lobster tail with steak. This is like a filet mignon piece of lobster here with crab. Honestly, I kind of like crab more than I like lobster, but this is so good. This was the day... I think this was the day my brother threw up, actually. Yeah. Kind of unfortunate, because this food was really good. And then... Oh my god, wait. Hold on, let me see. Did I record this? Let me see if the sound comes out. Can you guys hear that? No? Okay, hold on.
The connection.
It's gonna be kind of loud.
Southeast Alaska and Hawaii, actually. There's thought to be kind of a connection between the two places. There's even theories that the two cultures kind of exchange with one another.
Okay, well, the point is that, so this mountain that he's talking about has a really peculiar name. And I'm only saying this because he said it like 10 times during this trip. I do bad on small boats, but this really making my ears perked out. This is a real place. Hold on, let me see if I can Google it and find it. It's this mountain right here. Oh, let me drag this. And look at the name of this mountain. He said it like... I don't want to say it on stream because it's kind of crazy, but man, the way he used that in a sentence like multiple times was like, whose idea was it to name it this way? PG-13 stream, by the way. This is an actual place. Like, I'm not trolling. The name, this is, he kept saying it during the tour, and I was like, does no one else hear this? Because it was like I think I like, if you look at who's on the boat, it's like the majority of the trip on people on the cruise, they were probably senior citizens, like 60 and up, older white people. I think there was like one other Asian couple. Okay, no, it's still PG-13. That's the name of the mountain, okay? It's the name of the mountain. It's a physical location on in the world. In Alaska. There's a lot of old people on this boat. But yeah. We saw some sea lions. We don't have sea lions in Michigan, but honestly they didn't do anything. They were just kind of chilling on this buoy. And then we went looking for some whales. Oh, these were sea otters. But like, oh my god, it was so annoying. Well, actually I shouldn't complain too much. Cause like, what my parents wanted to see was like sea otters out in the wild. But I feel like the only time we could see them is when they're really, really far away from the boat. Cause like, they're not just gonna approach the boat. They're like, a wild sea otter isn't just gonna flip onto the boat and let you play with it. You might as well, like, if I want to see cute sea creatures, I'm going to a petting zoo. Not gonna lie. I think it would be more fun to to just go to like a petting zoo and play with sea otters rather than see a sea otter like 100 feet away and then maybe get a picture of it with its head poking out of the water. That's just me though. Sea otters, that's it right there. That's the sea otter. That's all we got to see. This was the closest we got. And then this is like when we tried to get pictures of the whale. There was a whale over here. And again, like, this is as close as we can get to the whales. And all we got to see was like just the tail end of it. You don't even get to see it most of the time. Like, you get to see it spout water from time to time, but that's it. Like, maybe I could see it in this picture. But man, did I try to catch it. Oh, there's one. Like, you see their outline. Does it blow it out of its hole? Yeah. These things are huge. But you only get to catch a glimpse of them. I think whales are super cool, but you never get to see the full whale, right? It's not like the whole body just jumps out of the water. You see just a portion of it. And when they dive like that, they dive for 4 minutes at a time. Yeah, you can't really see it that well. That's why I was like, man, they're cool to see, but I would rather just see the whole thing, like at an aquarium. I feel like that's really impressive. Being able to see the whole whale really like puts things into perspective for me. Because if I see this like 200 feet away and I only see like a 1/100th of the body at a time, I'm like, I don't actually know how big this is. They might come out, yeah. And then I had ice cream again. I had passion fruit sorbet again. We love ice cream. Oh, I had ice cream a second time. This was blueberry frozen yogurt. Oh, this was lobster nachos. Not gonna lie, they had more lobster in the lobster nachos than they did in the lobster bisque. How are you doing, by the way, Asku? What did the French onion soup taste like? Like nothing. The Costco French onion soup is way better. Especially when you can put your own stuff into it. It just tasted like these people were like allergic to salt or something. They would just never put salt into their food, which I thought was really weird. Hey, Michiru. Is this just like oranges on top of cake? I don't... Oh, wait, no. This was the French restaurant. The biggest, worst restaurant, biggest disappointment of the trip was this French restaurant. A lot of my family was looking forward to it, but I think we all agreed that this was the worst place to go to. Number one, the waiters were extremely rude. And number two, the food was pretty bad. So this is actually something called foie gras. And what it is like duck liver fat. But the way you get it is like extremely unethical for geese. I mean, I hate geese, so it's not really a big deal to me. I don't think they should be tortured the way you have to make this dish for, but it's not worth it. This tastes like it's... I don't know who likes eating this stuff, but it tastes like rotten meat. Like rotten liver is what it tastes like. It has the rotting smell, like an after smell to it. That's just extremely gross. And I do not recommend to eat. Yeah. French people eat this and it's kind of gross. Do not try foie gras. Like, if you don't like the taste of like raw liver plus like rotting raw liver, that's what this tastes like. It was really, really bad. Do not ever try this. It's not fancy just because French people eat it. It's just gross. This was something else I ordered. It was beef tartare with sturgeon caviar on top of it. So for one, for those of you who don't know, beef tartare is raw beef. It's supposed to be like sashimi style, like how like you can eat fish raw as sushi, right? This is like French style with beef. I don't recommend this either. Because raw meat, imagine having like the rarest steak possible. That's what I felt like I was eating. Did not taste good. I don't like beef tartare. But I wanted to try the caviar on top of it. It tasted like nothing. It tasted like little bubbles. Like mini boba. You're better off just getting boba. I'll tell you this much. If you like the feeling of boba, I guess you'll like caviar, but just get the boba. It's a lot cheaper and it tastes a lot better. Yeah, I don't like raw meat. skill issue for y'all? What the heck? Alright, Gloom can eat, like... Gloom must be a vampire. He just probably, like, bites the cow, like, right when they die on the fields. Just goes into the butchery and eats all the cows. Like a vampire. It looks like something I would feed my cat. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think domestic and wild animals eat meat raw, but humans, we should eat meat cooked. That's just my opinion. This just like, it did not taste good. I couldn't get the thought out of my head. The caviar was okay. Like, the caviar tasted good, but this is supposedly one of the most expensive caviars that you can get. Was not worth it. You know how like those there's channels out there that's like, oh, I tried $10 caviar compared to this like $500 sturgeon caviar. Well, this is that, and it's overrated. Whoever does those kinds of videos, I feel like they do it just for the reaction. That's why I don't really like watching those videos, like, oh, $1,000 shredded gold or whatever. Don't watch those videos, you guys. I mean, like, you're free to watch whatever you like, but honestly, I feel like the reactions are so fake, and like after trying it myself, I'm just like, eh. They do it for the views. I feel like they're putting on an act for views on YouTube. But this yeah, this is really nothing special. I'm used to eating really spicy food. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of spicy food, but I understand good spicy food when I see it. Sushi's better? Yeah, just have sushi. This was their lobster bisque. French lobster bisque. It was okay. Like, the soup broth tasted exactly the same as the other places' lobster bisque, except this had a small chunk of lobster in it. Like, again, I was kind of disappointed with it. It tasted like it had no flavor. This is not lobster. This is a potato. I don't know why they keep dropping potatoes and everything, but they need to, like, chill on the potato. It's so small. It's not even lobster. It's a potato. There was like a small piece of like this right here. That was a lobster. Like a little shred of it within the potato that they wrapped up. That's a potato. I know. And because like I ordered everything before, they gave me one ravioli. This is foie gras and ravioli, and it was foie gras, so it still tasted like poop. I did not like foie gras. Do not get foie gras, you guys. It is so bad. I mean, like, I think it's okay to try something one time, but this is, I'm just speaking from my opinion. It's not really good. This was okay. It was literally just a crab cake. You know the white, if you guys have ever eaten crab, this is like the white part of the crab, which like is really annoying to get out. And I don't know why they put it on the dish, but it did not taste that good. Like the crab itself is just like roast, like fried crab and stuff, which is, you know, I love fried crab. But this was like the part of the crab I don't usually eat. So I don't know why they put it on here. And then underneath it, this is another potato. And then the 4 green beans. This is like, I think it's cut asparagus. Gosh, I'm taking Gar to a better French restaurant. This is supposedly a 5-star French restaurant. But man, I'm going to review them. I'm going to give them like 1 star because this was the worst experience I've had. I don't know what this is, but it was gross. I can't remember what it was, but I did not like it. It honestly looked like someone threw this up and then put it on like part of a fruit I don't normally eat. And then on the bottom, I remember it was artichoke. And I don't like artichoke. What is that? Brother, ew. It was kind of gross. I don't like whatever this was. Everything at the French restaurant was like pretty disappointing. Except for their dessert. Their dessert was okay. They gave us 4 chocolate balls and I got ice cream because you can't go wrong with ice cream. It's literally ice cream. I will say the passion fruit is better than this though. The passion fruit I got from the grill and bar was better than this raspberry and mango ice cream. By the time it got to me, it was already a little bit melted. So I was like, okay, well, that was dumb. Like, look at how much the raspberry one started melting already. Like, dude, just, I don't know. They did ice cream wrong. This was a souffle, like a dessert souffle. It was actually pretty good. The desserts were the only good thing about this restaurant. I believe this was a tart, like a fruit tart that my parents got. I had a little bit of it, and like the bottom was a graham cracker. I loved the tart. The tart was really good. That's about it. Like, not only that, but like a lot of the food that I didn't finish, like I couldn't finish the entirety of the foie gras because it just like made me want to throw up, or the beef tartare because I only ate about half of it. But every single time that we sent food back, or not sent it back, but like send it unfinished, the waitress would take it behind the counter, like talk to her coworkers, like whisper to them, and then point directly at me, like when I was looking at them. And I was like, bro, you don't do that. I felt like incredibly disrespected when I was there. And it felt like whenever she came up to me, like she had this weird attitude about her. And I was like, yo, get off your high horse and how about bring me something edible, okay? But it was really funny because my brother, when the food got there, he was like, finally, something edible. Like how they do it on Hell's Kitchen or like the Kitchen Nightmares part. They did the Gordon Ramsay thing like really, really loudly. And I was like, okay, yeah, they had that coming because this French restaurant was the worst. They were actually the worst type of people. I just felt like incredibly uncomfortable the entire time I was there. And that was, I don't know, that was kind of funny. This was the Denver Glacier. Apparently we got lucky and saw it on a non-cloudy day. It's a glacier. We saw it from really far away between two mountain passes. And the reason why we went here is to see this, like, it's called the Klondike Suspension Bridge. No, we didn't get free Klondike bars. It was really not that impressive of a bridge. You know, like when I think of big impressive bridges, I think of like the Golden Gate Bridge, or like there's like two bridges in Michigan that lead to Canada that are like super really big and impressive. But this bridge was literally like a rickety old bridge. You're missing out on part of it, but here, let me see if I can make it bigger. Here's the rest of the bridge. Like, it literally just takes you from one side of like a cliff to the other side. And there's nothing on the other side. It's literally a bridge to nowhere. And oh, what's up? Did they give you bread? They did give us bread. I had the baguette because it was French. It tasted like a regular Costco baguette. Hey Maddie, welcome in. Mila, hi. Seal wave raid this. He's French. Is Seal here? Bro, I'm so disappointed in French food, but I'm sure like authentic French is different. Seal probably has some stuff to say about it. I don't even know if Seal will like it. We haven't hung out yet, but I'd love to hang out with him. This is it's called the Klondike Suspension Bridge. It was literally a bridge to nowhere. Like, I don't know why there was a tour for me to drive like an hour and a half into the mountains to go to a bridge that led to nothing, but it was there. And afterwards they took us to like this really quaint like play village. I don't know, that was kind of boring too. Raspberry sorbet. This was bad picture taking on my part. This was breakfast. Oh no, I think this was a dinner buffet at one time. And there was legit nothing that looked good to me at the time. I don't know why. Nothing looked good except for a couple of things. Like, this was fried cauliflower balls, which is okay. On top of like the thing next to it was fish. And this was a prime rib, I believe. But the thing was, this prime rib was so undercooked. I bit into it and I actually spat it out. Like, It was one of the few times that I actually spat out the food. I did it at the French restaurant one time too, because I couldn't stomach it. It felt like if I swallowed raw food, I would get sick. So I was like, I bit into this, I chewed it for a little bit, and it tasted like cold down the middle and kind of gross. So I spat this one out. And then I just like went and had whatever else food that they had. Oh, their pasta was actually so good. It was like a truffle, what was this called? The white sauce. I had the white sauce. It looked like frozen food. I'd seen Better Food at Hell's Kitchen. Yeah. This is supposedly like a 5-star restaurant though. Well, this place was an Italian place. It was on the boat as well. All these places were on the boat. And this pasta was really good. I really, really like this. And yeah, I don't know. It was the best thing I had at the restaurant. I just ordered it twice so that I could eat something. Because otherwise, if I went to their buffet, this was the best stuff I found in the buffet, and it was literally nothing. 5 stars in what? I don't know. This was like some watermelon pudding. It was okay. It's pudding. Like, it's really hard to mess up desserts. If you just throw enough sugar into it, I feel like it would work. And then this was... Okay. So, this is Juneau, Alaska. There is nothing in Juneau, Alaska. It's literally a super empty town for a capital. It feels like the town itself was built just for tourism. Because there's no airport that goes here. It's like... It's in an alcove of some kind. Alaska's nothing? Yeah, there's like nothing in Alaska. And there was only one place for me to get internet. Juneau doesn't even have 4G. It was in this public park area, and I had to walk about 40 minutes. Well, it was only about 20 minutes. Because the cruise ship, like, look how big these ships are. My ship was even bigger than this. But yeah, I had to walk 20 minutes on the dock in like 30-degree weather while it was raining to get to any place with internet, because I wasn't able to prepare 10 days worth of content in time. So I was relying on Kazu to produce content for me, like my editor, while I was out. And then, oh, thank you for the follow. I walked to a public park. I stood outside in the rain under this awning just to get internet for about like an hour or two so I could upload content for you guys for the next 3 days. Because I don't know if I mentioned it, but the boat did not have good internet. It had like... I couldn't even read manga because the pages wouldn't load. That is how slow the internet is. The most I could do was like respond to messages and like read Twitter and maybe a couple of emails from time to time. But I could not watch a video on YouTube, and I couldn't play any games. So yeah, it'll tell you have 4G, but it's like 4G limited, which is really, really bad. It's pretty much nothing. The only place to get it was at a public library that was closed because this was a Sunday. And then the only other place to get it was at this public park. So I stood out here in the cold for about an hour just downloading and uploading videos for you guys. Oh, Alfredo? Yeah, that's what the white sauce is called. How'd you not jump out of the boat? Bro, I would be dead. It's a tall order. Oh, this was really good. This was a matcha latte with chai in it. It was pretty good. I liked it. Oh, this was the best part of the boat. The only thing that the boat... Or no, the best thing that the boat got right. The steakhouse was pretty good too. But the Asian restaurant... My Asians... Thank you for being... Like, my flavor or my tastes are so Asian styled. Is that deconstructed sushi? No, this is just a seaweed cracker. Because, like, everything tasted perfect here. It was like 3 pieces of edamame with this is a seaweed cracker, which is so tasty. Like, I'm so glad we got a reservation here because it had the best food. This was their sashimi. I literally ordered everything on the menu because I was so hungry. I was so like craving seafood or like Asian seafood because like Every other place was like, oh, this is Italian or British or like French or like some kind of European or Middle Eastern style of dish. I don't want any of that crap. Like, I want the Asian sushi. Just give me a bowl of sushi or some ramen and I'll be perfectly content. I love Asian food. Yeah, it's actually like 4 or 5 pieces. There's like salmon here, 2 pieces of tuna. This is maguro, probably. And then, yeah, they had real wasabi too. Like, you can't really see it, but this is real wasabi in the picture. Most sushi restaurants give you like the tube stuff. But man, did they do sashimi right? Good for them. Like, I had no complaints. This was their other sushi. I think it was a crab roll, and they wrapped it in lettuce. I mean, like, it is what it is, but it tasted good. I love this. I just love, like, crab in general. It's one of my favorite foods. But, like, the mixture of flavors was perfect. The saltiness from the crab, plus the, like, refreshingness of the cabbage, it tasted really good. Oh. Oh, that was just the outside, because it was that was me talking, but it's okay. I didn't really say anything. That was the outside of the boat, because you can kind of see the boat moving too from this area. This is a soft shell crab. Amazing. I love soft shell crab, but they did it right. Like, you remember that first restaurant that had like the crab claw sticking out of it? You don't eat the shell of the crab, okay? I don't need it to garnish my food. Just give me the meat. So this was like the fried meat. Just the fried meat. I hate having to like pick my food out. So the fact that they took it out for me was perfect. It tasted really good. Everything at this restaurant was super good. More soft shell crab. This was truffle shrimp shumai. So good. Oh my god. I miss this flavor so much, but this was so good. I ordered this twice. I should have ordered it 3 times. They only gave us 3 pieces, like a dim sum. But man, was it really delicious. When it came to ordering the sushi, yeah, you don't order a roll here, you order pieces. And we got, when I ordered the sushi, they give us like 5 pieces. The only thing I would have to complain about it is portion size. But if you want it, you just order a second order of it, which is not that big of a deal. Oh, my face is frozen. Hold on. Give me 1 sec to reset my phone because it's overheating a little bit. I never had sushi that looks so good. Yeah, it's really interesting. Like, this never looked like sushi to me. I will say that the sushi rice, it felt a little overcooked. Like, if you can just look at the texture of the rice, it looks a little overcooked. Because that way the sushi rice gets a little too mushy. And that's not good. But other than that, like, the combination of the rice and what's in it is what matters. And I think they got it right. Like, every combination of the sushi felt like I was eating something tasty. So I'm really glad that we got to eat here. Oh, we got even more food here. This was a deep fried lobster. It was really good. Nothing special. It was okay. And this was like, I didn't eat this, but my parents ordered this. It was like a seafood mash. There's like a bunch of different seafood in here. How can you eat sushi? I love sushi, dude. Favorite dish. This is a giant prawn. You know what's funny story? There was a Thai lady on the boat that was talking to my aunt, and she's like, try the giant prawn, everything else sucks. But I noticed that, and there she was like, oh, I love the French restaurant. Everything in it was delicious. I noticed that everything that she recommended, I hated. And everything that she didn't like, I liked. Apparently I have the opposite tastes of Thai people. Or maybe it was just this one particular lady. But this prawn tasted kind of bad. I didn't eat any of this. But I didn't order it. My aunt ordered it and she tried to push it off to me. And it was like, oh yeah, Hikaru, he'll eat it. And I'm like, no, you ordered it, so you're gonna eat this one. I'll eat it if I like it, but if I don't like it, you're gonna eat it. You can't push this one off on me. This is just the lobster dipping sauce. It was really good. Their mushrooms, oh my gosh, I always got a side of mushrooms because I love shiitake mushrooms. The French restaurant mushrooms tasted like they just boiled some raw mushrooms, but this one they actually seasoned. Thank goodness they seasoned their mushrooms. Oh my gosh, this chocolate. This was the same restaurant, by the way. So we went on to dessert. This is it's called like 4 flavored chocolate, and then not gonna lie, it tasted like chocolate that changed its flavor as you chewed on it. It was kind of crazy, and it tasted really, really good. And they had macarons on them too. I think they were lemon flavored, and I love macarons when they're fresh, and these were really, really fresh. The only thing I'm kind of curious about is why they put sesame seeds on it. I don't think they needed sesame seeds because it was already really good without it. This is some kind of like watermelon pudding again. I don't know why they put a cinnamon stick in there. It was okay. I mean, like, this was the only thing that was okay. And then the mochi. Okay, the mochi tasted like Costco mochi, but I love mochi from Costco, so. If you've ever been to a sushi restaurant, here's a tip. Don't order desserts. They charge you $6. I've been charged $6 per piece of mochi before. So these 3 pieces would have been like almost 20 bucks at a sushi restaurant. Plus you gotta tip them. Pretty much 20 bucks for 3 pieces of mochi. Just go to Costco, you guys. You could get Costco mochi for like $3 a piece, and even that I feel like isn't overpriced. Mochi is literally just rice flour with a scoop of ice cream. Not even a full scoop. Just make your own mochi. I guarantee you it's not that hard, and you get a lot more out of it. Yeah. But luckily, like, everything here is prepaid for. Hikaru loves this Costco. I sure do. The best bang for your buck. I don't know what this was. I just remember everything was good here. This was lychee sorbet. The only place I could find lychee flavored food. And I love lychee flavored food. I think lychee is like one of the most refreshing flavors out there. It's really, really good. This is a raspberry sorbet, but I didn't really like it. Oh, this is next day's breakfast. This was a souffle. I feel like they had like one item that you can't really find at a continental breakfast, which was this like breakfast French toast souffle thing. And then the rest of it is like a continental breakfast. This was the saddest omelet I've ever seen. I don't know, it just like, it tasted like the most plainest omelet I've ever had. For those of you who are wondering, this is what the outside of the hotels look like. I felt like I was in the back rooms. Like, you could walk. It would take me like a good 3 to 5 minutes just to walk from one alley to the other. Oh, this is when I finally got to see a whale. I think this was the one. Wait, was it? Oh, yeah. You can kind of see here. Yeah, these were really cool. Someone's taking pictures on the camera. But this, funny enough, the only time we got to see whales super close to the boat, like, hold on, let me see if I can make it a little bit closer. The only time we got to see whales close to the boat were when we weren't looking for them. They weren't actually supposed to be here, but they were super close to the dock. Yeah, these were humpback whales. The other ones were gray whales. But these things were big. And I thought that was really cool. Like, that was the one cool thing about this part of the trip. I think we were in Skagway or something. But yeah, I don't remember. Big whale. And then we had a seafood feast at the lodge. We saw a deer. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, deer. Michigan is infested with this type of deer to the point where they become pests. First of all, because they keep running onto the highway and wrecking people's cars by getting hit by cars. So these things cost a lot of traffic accidents, and they're overpopulated in Michigan. So I don't know why I took a picture of this, but I don't know. It's hunting season for these things soon. Are they cute? I don't know. I don't know. I don't even like the taste of deer meat. They can just be deers. They'll gladly get hit by the car, and they'll be fine afterwards too. Some of the deer, they just kind of get up and leave. They'll destroy your car, completely total it, get up, and then leave after they're the ones who run into the road. Bro, not the deer. Yeah, not a fan of deer, but it is what it is. This was kind of like, I don't know how I felt about this. Sorry, I had to blow my nose really quick. This is called the Seafood Feast, and I don't know if you can see what's in here, but it's like, it's a little bit of everything. There was one like snow crab in here. Snow crabs are quite small, but like, oh my gosh, like look, they put a bunch of crab and like seafood in here. It's like one crab and a bunch of like some shrimp, some mussels. A lot of it was like corn and sausage, and I don't really, their corn was extremely mushy. None of it was seasoned. It was literally, they took a bunch of stuff and threw it in hot water and boiled it, and then they poured it out onto the table. There were no eating utensils, so we had to eat everything with our hands, but we did have a shell cracker and a pair of tongs. Not only that, the only thing they gave us was like a napkin, and that was it. Like, we had to eat everything with the rest of our hands. It felt really bad. And it wasn't like a Logan's where like you eat the peanuts and then you throw the shells on the floor. We had to like neatly stack our trash on one side of the table. If I could just throw everything on the ground, I would be like a lot more comfortable. But this felt like, I don't know. I didn't really like whatever this was. Not very hygienic. Yeah, we had to eat everything with our hands, and plus like it didn't even taste good. It tasted like just boiled seafood. Yo, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Throwing it on the ground? Yeah, well, I mean, like, they sweep it up afterwards, right? I guess it's seafood, so it's a little bit messier. But, like, having to keep it all on the table, it's still really annoying. The way it's on top of newspaper, yep, we didn't have plates, we didn't have forks, we just had boiled seafood. I didn't even really eat my fill here, so I got a second dinner, or second lunch. It was okay. Oh, look, Gojo. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, Gojo Satoru. I took a picture of this because the brand of this soap is apparently called Gojo. There you go. For those of you wondering, am I Gojo? This soap says so. Oh, I had a mojito that day because I was we were docked for most of this day, so I was like, okay, I can have a drink. Oh, I had strawberry ice cream here with chocolate and caramel. I'm gonna miss this ice cream. I don't know, their ice cream wasn't super crazy or anything, but it was ice cream. Ice cream's ice cream. If I had my choice, like, are there better brands out there? Yeah, like a Cold Stone. If they had a Cold Stone on the ship, I would have been impressed. But no, it was just like, it's like the tub ice cream you can get at Kroger. That's what this tasted like. I don't know what this drink was. I think this was the salmon. And then like cheese balls. And it was okay. Like, the rest of this food, if it was okay, it was okay. Like, it was nothing special. I wouldn't write home about it, but I took a picture of it anyways. Passion fruit daiquiri. This was where it's at. The best drink I've had. I told him to go light on the alcohol too. And this was a seafood buffet. Pretty tasty. I liked it. See, we got everything, a little bit of everything here. The scallops, the lobster. This was like some kind of the catch of the day. I mean, it was good. They do the fancy thing where they like seat you and then they put the napkin on your lap too. So it was yeah, more ice cream. Oh, and the dessert. I don't know, I feel like I was kind of over the fancy food towards the end. Even though it was still like, I acknowledged that it was fancy and it was good. But oh my gosh, it was the first 2 days and these were the last 2 days. It doesn't look too rocky, but it was extremely rocky. Like, if you just look at the size of those waves, the boat was rocking really, really hard. So, oh my god, the last 2 days I was starting to feel a little bit sick too. I'm actually getting traumatized just looking at it. It's making me dizzy. Oh, I had another matcha latte. Chai matcha latte. Chai tea. This was some kind of beef stew. This was actually not creme fraiche. It's actually a poached egg. It was okay. I think I needed to like put salt on everything to make it taste good. For the most part, like it wasn't bad. It was like beef stew. These are potatoes. I put like an exact amount of potatoes in that dish. French onion soup, same as the French restaurant and French onion soup. Nothing to write home about. I really don't like this kind of cheese. Like usually when I got the Costco brand, you can put your own cheese in it. Like you just put mozzarella. I'll have mozzarella or I'll have like cheddar cheese. But I don't remember what this type of cheese is called. I don't really like it. It's too stinky. Omelette du fromage. This was an octopus cake. My mom ordered this. I don't love octopus. I mean, I'll eat it. I love calamari when it's cooked a certain way. But if you cook it just like this, I don't think I'll eat it. Like you can see the little suction cups on the tentacles. I don't know how I feel about it. What was this? I don't know what this was, but there's carrot sticks coming out of it too. I didn't eat it. Oh, this was coffee ice cream with strawberry on top. This was really good. I love me my ice cream. Okay, you can see my socks in the picture. They're just it's not pay attention to my socks, okay? But I just wanted to give you the reference size for the bed. So this bed is a single. I feel bad for anyone who sleeps on a single bed. Okay. They're just the sock pics, okay? My feet aren't even in the picture. But oh my god, was this the least comfortable bed I've ever slept in? It's because it's way too hot in the bed and it's way too cold outside the bed. So when I slept, I had like half my body outside of it and half my body inside of it. I'm quite large as a person. I'm like 5'11", and a single does not fit me. I could not turn on the bed. I'm used to sleeping in like a queen, but I sleep like, I know it's quite big. I'm a little spoiled, but I worked for a long time, so I bought myself a queen mattress. If there's one thing you don't want to like not invest in, it's things that you spend a lot of time on. And for me, it's like your chair, your computer, your mattress, things that you spend a lot of time on. So if you're comfortable sleeping in a bigger bed, just buy a bigger bed. You only buy it every once in a while. This is some life advice here. But yeah, this bed was a single. Even in college, I slept on a twin. I could not turn, and I turned a lot in my sleep without like almost falling off the bed. Like almost my parts of my body were like hanging off the bed, or my hands or my legs. I can't do it. Not to mention, you can't see it here, but this was like almost the entirety of the room. And the corner of the bed covered up a section of the next room. So if you try to like walk into this portion of the room, you would bump into the bed. Every time we ordered room service, because the room service was free, the people would like bump into the bed and spill a little bit of the drink. And I was like, ugh, whatever. The only thing I would recommend, get a better bed. Like that's the only thing. My goodness, just get a better bed. Oh, this was a shrimp risotto. I loved whatever this was. A shrimp risotto was really, really tasty. Alright, this looked kind of gross, and I don't think it tasted good either. I think it was like a poached egg with spinach puree. How big is your queen size mattress? For reference, there are no standards to how large the names are. It's big enough for me to make one full turnover of my body with my arms spread out. It's quite large. It's a really big mattress. But yeah, Asku, I don't know exactly how big mattress sizes are, but it's a purple mattress, queen size. So, brother, yeah, I don't know what this is. It's like spinach puree. It's so green with a poached egg on top, and I'm like, maybe not. I don't know why my brother ordered this. I didn't eat it. I got the shrimp risotto. I actually ate this twice because it was so good. And then we ordered the same food because we had to eat there twice. And then I got to Vancouver. I took a couple pictures of Vancouver because I had to spend a day here. Everyone recommended the Aberdeen Center, but when I got there, I feel like I was eating at a mall food court because I feel like, oh my gosh, the Asian sector is like so nice. But then I got there and I was like, I've eaten at a food court in China or like in Taiwan before, and this is what that tasted like. I felt like I was eating food court food, and everyone like was crazy about like how cool the Aberdeen Center was, and I'm like, I being an Asian person myself, I felt like I was just at a mall rather than seeing something like super cool and Asian. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is like a night market or something like that. Like it didn't like reek of Chinese to me or like that kind of stuff. But is that chocolate? No, that's an egg. It's something called lu dan, and it's like an egg marinated in soy sauce. There was a lot of rice in this too, but I was really hungry. It's not matcha, it was spinach. Oh, I went to an internet cafe, like a gaming cafe. I gotta say, I was extremely disappointed. I think that like internet cafe culture is not really prevalent in the West, so they do everything wrong. Like a lot of the computer stations. First of all, we played a game of League. I played with a game of League with my brother here, and it was laggy. The internet was not it. The computers were not that great, and I'm the type of person where if I'm not comfortable, I don't really perform that well anyways. We won both our games. We did like one arena, one ARAM, and it was like, I don't know, the chairs were comfortable, I guess. I didn't like their keyboard and mouse. Like, I don't know, I'm most comfortable on my own keyboard and my own mouse. So, exhilarating. Oh, reg. Yeah, no one here, like, I don't know what I was expecting, but on their website, they said they charged 5 USD. When we walked in, the sign said 6. And then when we got to the computer, the charging rate was $8 an hour. And I was like, okay, well, I just don't want to be here anymore. Oh, so then we got bubble tea. This is not only the best bubble tea I had, but I haven't had bubble tea in like 3 years. Oh, no, I had some when I went to Japan last year. But like, I don't want to go all the way to Japan to get bubble tea, you know? I can get some at home. I love bubble tea and I love gongcha. It's still very expensive. Like, bubble tea has gotten kind of overpriced. But it was good. I mean, I think this was worth the price. We love bubble tea. This is the clock. Oh my gosh. Okay, and the last story that I have is the ride home. I don't know why, but I had a perfectly like planned day out. How it was originally supposed to go is my mom and dad were supposed to fly home on a different flight from me and my brother. So I was going to spend the day in Vancouver with my brother, and my mom and dad would already be at home. But my dad was banking on getting on a standby flight that he had like maybe a 50% chance of being on. Like, I live a very structured life, okay? I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to spend 2 hours at this cafe. Then I'm going to go get some dinner and eat. Like, I'm going to go to a cafe, upload some content, like make some videos and stuff like that, work on a couple of things. And then I'm going to go to a decent restaurant by the airport next to the Aberdeen Center so that I can go and like just make it to the airport on time, right? Like, I had my whole day planned out. And then my dad is like, he calls me afterward and he's like, by the way, I didn't make it on my flight. I'm coming to pick you up. And I was like, okay. So we get dragged out of the cafe. Like, my plans are already ruined for the day. Life is in shambles. He takes me, like, he's like, let's look up a place to hang out. And like, don't get me wrong, I like hanging out with my dad and stuff, but like, he drags me out to this place. Like, he just kind of Googled the first place that came up. It was a pizza shop in the middle of nowhere that took us a half hour to walk to in like some weird residential area. And I like my plans are ruined, but I still like didn't really mind too much because I was like, oh my gosh, this better be the best pizza I've ever had. It was literally not really good pizza, but on top of that, we ordered poutine. This is apparently vegan poutine, which is the only type of poutine that they had. So for those who don't know, poutine is like potatoes with gravy, and these hash browns were so soggy when I got them. None of like, oh, it did not taste good. And the gravy was vegan, which means there's no meat in it. So the gravy had no flavor in it. It was disgusting. This was the worst poutine I've ever had. And I'm not even Canadian, but I'm like kind of honorary Canadian because I live so close to Toronto. Like I'm not knocking vegan food too much because like I'm not a vegan, so my taste buds are going to be different. Like I'm sure someone who's vegan might love this. These like soggy potatoes with vegan gravy, you can have it. Like, oh my gosh, this was not good. So this was the only food that I have for the entire night too. So I chowed it down as much as I could stomach it. And then we walked half hour back to the airport. And that was my evening. I did not enjoy that. No, I did not. But yeah, this is actually the last picture. And then the rest is history. Like I got on the plane. The plane was at 11 at night. My flight was boarding at 11 and we flew for 4.5 hours. But the flight lasted 4.5 hours. We lost 3 hours coming back to Michigan. So like it was really like 7:30 by the time I got out. They lost both our luggage at the airport. And actually, I don't know if my parents went to go pick it up yet, but we did get our luggage back. One of the luggages was completely destroyed. And they actually bought us free luggage. We love Delta. They replaced our luggage for us and they got us a more expensive brand of luggage than the previous one. So that was really cool of them. Our minds are connected. Yeah. But anyways, that was my trip. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I love sharing like parts of my life with you guys. Especially like things like this more often. I'd be happy to do it more often with you guys as well, if that's something that you guys are into. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I do more of this kind of stuff? I've been meaning to branch out more into other kinds of things anyways. But I think that was more than I can handle since my my cough seemed to be acting up a little bit during that during the thing. But yeah, we can raid out. We can raid out now and call it a rest of the night. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. It's really fun hanging with people in chat while I'm talking about my stories. Even though like the stories aren't that interesting. But I was happy to share them with you guys. So I think I will do it more often when I have them. This is a really rare vacation time, by the way. Let me raid... I've never raided Ricky before. Because he kind of streams at weird times. But he seems really cool. Reg is linking the rest of my socials. I'm going to take a break from the rest of the night. I'm probably going to download Wuthering Waves. And we'll try to play it tomorrow as well. So if you guys are interested in watching me play Wuthering Waves, check in tomorrow at 10 p.m. when it releases. We might do... Oh, we're doing Bungo Stray Dogs again, by the way. At 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you have my raid message copied and spam it for them when you can. If you're on YouTube side, just enjoy the ride, I guess. Thank you guys so much for hanging again. I love you all. Mwah! I give you guys a lick. And make sure to spam that raid message for me. Have a good night, you guys. Thank you for the follow. Good night, good night. Thank you for hanging, and I'll see you guys in the Discord server. I'll update you guys there, by the way.